Irma Sandwich Shop. Irma opens a shop. We all like a good sandwich, and we have our favorite. Maybe it's peanut butter and jam, or maybe it's ham and cheese with pickles and mustard. But not Irma. She did not like sandwiches, but she could make them. In fact, Irma loved to make sandwiches. She loved it more than anything else. She loved it more than Irma made a lot of sandwich, and she never heard of one she couldn't make. So no one was surprised when Irma opened a sandwich shop. Irma's shop was on the corner of Pumpernickel and Ryle. It was the busiest corner in town. Everyone passed her shop at least once a day, and then they had to stop. Irma nailed a large sign to the front of her shop. It read, "Irma's Tasty Sandwich Shop. You name it and I make it." Irma's famous sandwiches. There wasn't a sandwich Irma couldn't make, and it wasn't long before everyone began to believe it. If you named a sandwich, Irma would make it. She didn't have the ingredients. It never took her long to get them. She had every kind of bread known. She had whole wheat, and she had rye, and she had pumpernickel, and she had sourdough. Why, she had plain white bread. She had bread with nuts in it. She had bread with fruits in it. And she baked it all the back of her little shop. Irma didn't have the bread you wanted. She would bake it. Irma's first customer was Reuben Cornwall. He wanted corned beef with Swiss cheese and sauerkraut, and he wanted on rye bread. Irma called the sandwich a Reuben. It was a big hit at the shop. She sold more Reubens than any other sandwiches. Little Joe Tawtry came into Irma's shop more than anyone else did. Each day he stopped at Irma's on his way to school, and each day he ordered a different sandwich. All the kids in the lunch were impressed with Joey's sandwiches. He loved sausage sandwiches with chocolate sauce and bean sprouts. But his most impressive sandwich was one stacked high with 10 different kinds of meat. Between each layer of meat was something different. There was mustard and ketchup and lettuce and peppers. There was grape jam and pickles and peanut butter and horseradish. Most people got a stomachache just watching. Joey ate his amazing sandwich, but not Joey. He would not let out a big buzz as he finished. Then he would smile and wave up his face. All the animals want this sandwich. Irma became a very famous sandwich maker. Before long, every living creature was stopping at Irma's shop. Each one order his or her favorite sandwich. One day, Sammy Snake slithered in by a nearby swamp. His tongue flicked wildly for the scent of his favorite meat. "What can I make for you?" asked Irma. Sammy thought for a minute. Then he replied, "I have a rat and lizard sandwich with box relish." "Okay," said Irma, "but that one will take a little time. I have to go out and get the ingredients." "I'm happy to wait," said Sammy with a smile. "A truly good sandwich is worth waiting for." An hour later, Irma was back. She had a basket full of rats and lizards and bugs. She carefully laid them among fresh lettuce between 2 slices of royal. Sammy swallowed the sandwich in one big gulp. Then he slithered out of Irma's with a budge in his stomach. The next day, Val the vulture swooped into Irma's shop. Val sat on the counter and waited patiently for service. Soon Irma came out of the kitchen and took Val's order. "What can I make for you?" asked Irma. Val asked to see a menu, but she didn't see anything she liked. "Your sign say name it and you'll make it." "Is that true?" asked Val. "You bet it is," said Irma. "She hasn't been a sandwich yet I can make." "So what it be, my fine feathered friend?" "How about some fresh dead opossums?" Then ask some squash crown and Randy's mouth with honey mustard," said Val. Irma just smiled and said, "Coming right up." After driving along the highway to collect the ingredients, she returned to the shop. She quickly made Val's sandwich. Val ripped it apart and ate it in a flash. "Great sandwich, Irma," Val said as she flapped out the door. "I'll be back for another in a couple of days." Irma's biggest challenge. Each day seemed to offer Irma a new challenge, but her biggest challenge when came the Billy the Goat walked into her shop. "Welcome, Billy," said Irma as he rammed the door open with his horns. "I suppose you have come to challenge my sandwich making ability, so what will you have?" Billy began to rattle off a list of ingredients: crushing tin cans, old socks, 3 stews, a bird nest, and an old book, and a head of cabbage, some pickled peppers, and some minced cheese mold, a dash of salt, and a cup of hot salsa. "Is that all?" asked Irma. "Yep," said Bill, "but I won't mind if you would toast the old socks." "Whatever you say," replied Irma. "Do you want anything to wash it down with?" "Yeah, give me a mug of dishwater," said Billy. After that day, Irma really knew there was not a sandwich she couldn't make.
Good job! You passed. Now, get that perfect score. Click on the items with... Wow! You passed. How about trying for perfect? You're amazing. A perfect score.